What's up, guys? Another episode of Pixel Effect here, Dark Visor. Hope you all have a good night. This little video is gonna be kind of short. I didn't want to do anything too crazy, but ignore the green screen of me playing the game, Phantasy Star Online 2. The voice won't match the video because when I recorded it, it was louder than I thought it was, and so I got drowned out. So I'm just gonna talk over it. But I'm just gonna give you a few small tips for the closed beta of, mainly the raid missions, because everything else, you can just go about it your way. But for the raid missions, I kind of wanted to give you a heads up on what to try to do, since we can only do it once. Now, when the full game comes out, do it however you want. But since this is just like one time, before the beta ends, I'm going to give you some tips of what the best to do. The two missions we'll have to play are Big Vardha and Dark Falz Elder are the two bosses we'll be running. First one we'll go over is Dark Falz Elder, and the first phase is his hands, and as some people in the Japanese servers call them, their jazz hands. But we will be fighting this, and the first phase you can do as many times as you want in a given time limit, and I believe that's usually around 30 minutes. But you can run it constantly. You beat it, go again, beat it, go again, beat it, go again. It is a great way to get EXP, seriously. The faster you beat it, the better it is for you, because that means the more chances you can run it. That being said, when you're fighting Dark Falz Elder's hands, the first phase, for the closed beta, focus on his butt. Now, I circle and show off the heads right here. On later difficulties and when the full game comes out, or depending on how long the open beta is, focus on the heads, because if you break them, you have a chance to get better drops. But this being just one mission, everybody won't have like every skill unlocked and stuff, have a good build right away, and it would be kind of pointless to waste a lot of time trying to break them, because they can be kind of hard to break if you're not like pretty strong, even on lower difficulties. And it's no point in trying to waste time trying to break them. Just go ahead and, break the butts. Get more XP, and then focus on the heads later on in other difficulties. Now, like I just said a second ago, the butt is his main weakness. I'm just going to go ahead and say butt. It's part of his rear, however you want to say it. Focus on the giant glowing butt. That is his main weak point. That's the quickest way to down him and down the hands. And yeah, that's for the hands. So like I said, after a certain time limit, Dark Falz Elder will finally show up. Now when he shows up, you only have one chance to fight him. So, win, lose, you get one chance to fight him and beat him. When you go into it, know one thing: he will be blocking his main weakness with two hands. To get him to unblock it, you have to break off his other hands. And those little arms you see outstretched, we call those also jazz hands. You want to break every one of those. Once you break every one of those arms, he will, like I said, unblock his main core, and you can just go to town on him. Now be careful. There is a set of arms on him that are unbreakable, and you can still do damage to him, but it's better just to go ahead and break the other arms and ignore it, because usually what happens, everybody's trying to focus on breaking the arms, and if you attack the unbreakable too much, you can actually kill him before you can break all the arms and ruin your chances to get better drops. So focus on his main hands. I've circled what his unbreakable arms are, and it's hard to keep up with sometimes, because sometimes he'll actually switch them up. At the angle, he'll throw his hands at you, so you'll get confused sometimes and be wailing on an actual unbreakable set. But just focus on the parts that you can break. If you can break them, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just focus on taking him out. And that's pretty much it. That's it for Dark Falz Elder. It's not a hard fight. Even on harder difficulties, if everybody works together, it's pretty easy. People break the hands within like a few seconds. It's ridiculously easy for a pretty good bit. The next raid boss is Dark Falz. I mean, not Dark Falz, sorry, because God, glad he's not Dark Falz. Is Big Vardha. He is probably one of the easiest bosses in the game, and one of my favorites to run solo on harder difficulties, just to see if I can do it. He's basically a giant train, and he will shift directions When the fight starts, start running. Do not stand still, because he has like 4 laser cannons that will lock onto you and many times can down you if you take a full blast hit from him. So just keep running, get beside the train, and go ahead and break all the turrets on his body. He has a total of 3, 4, 5. He has a total of 10 turrets and 5 on both sides. You want to destroy all those first. Then you want to focus on the staircase turrets. There's 6 turrets, 3 on both sides. They're like little elevator lifts, as you can see here. After you break those, then focus on the lasers in the front. Now, on harder difficulties, it can be a little challenging because he will keep launching missiles at you, but you can break the laser cannons pretty easily. They're not that hard to break. What you want to do though is hide up underneath him in the front and kind of edge out slowly until he opens up and fires a shot, and then break him. You want to basically trick him to shoot at you. And once you break all that stuff, then you want to head for the main body on top of the train. Go ahead and break the flamethrowers, the easiest thing to break those. Then break the missile launchers. That will save you a ton of time. Now on hard difficulties, he can repair those, so just know that going forward. But go ahead and break those to save you some time and hassle of being hit constantly. Once you break those, focus on the cluster missiles he has on his shoulders. He has 2 giant cluster missile launchers on his shoulders. Break those. Those will save you a ton of time also. After that, all you got to worry about are the turrets. He has 2 on both sides of his belly. Break both of those. And then from there, literally the fight's pretty easy. It's just him, his arms, and a cannon in his chest. You can break his arms off to keep him from swatting at you. So go ahead and break those if you can. And literally once you break that, he is probably, like I said, the easiest boss, because all he has is his laser. And if you're strong enough and you can actually break it when he's opening his chest to shoot at you, he can't do anything. He'll literally just sit there and take anything you do to him. So once you break off his parts, he's basically just useless. And you just go to town on him, just wailing his weak point, and eventually he'll explode. Now when he explodes, you want to go ahead and get off of him, because if you don't, you'll take damage because he explodes. Unlike most bosses, he actually can kill you if you don't get off in time. But yeah, once you beat him, that's it, you know. Like I said, Big Vardha compared to most bosses in this game is probably one of the easiest besides the Rock Bear. That is the easiest, but Big Vardha is like second if I had to pick one for being the easiest. But like I said, I'm not going to spoil too much the beta because a lot of stuff I know you want to see yourself. But these are just a few small tips for these 2 raids, because like I said, we can only do them once. So I'm just trying to save you some time to get through it the best you can. And then like when the open beta starts, depending on if it's going to be more than 1 day and a full game, then you can just go to town trying to find your own way to do stuff, you know, just enjoy the game, you know. But either way, that's pretty much it, guys, for tonight. I'll talk to you later, and I hope you have a good one, you know. Stay pixelated.